Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to North Dakota State versus Upper Iowa. Two teams have had a pretty mediocre season, not where they want to be, obviously. Bucky, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure if either of these teams have clinched playoff spot yet.
UIU has clinched playoffs off of a UCA win on Tuesday. So this game is a little meaningless, but I'm sure that Coach Currency and North Dakota State are still going to go out there and give up a good fight.
Yeah, yesterday we saw Coastal Carolina ruin App State's perfect season. So North Dakota State could still try to play spoiler to Upper Iowa. If they upset Upper Iowa here, Upper Iowa will finish below 500 heading into the playoffs. So still a little bit to play for, but we are going to go first to the boys from North Dakota State, Fargo, North Dakota, and see what they have had to say about this game.
Let's go.
All right, Coach Currency, how are the boys in Fargo doing?
We're doing good, man. Ready to get some things done here in this game. We're going to continue to work on some things, and we'll go into next season strong and go from there.
Yeah, that's all you can ask for. You took over a program, I think week 3, so you obviously had your work cut out for you, but there's still a lot of potential here. You've got Coach Cappy here with you tonight. What's just the game plan? Obviously, you don't want to just chalk this season yet. There's still a game left, but are your eyes set towards next season in any way?
No, we're gonna, we've always been one game at a time. Defense has been great all season. Our defense is really, really good. We've got some great players on that side. Cappy does an excellent job on that side of the ball. We've been within 10 points or less in every one of our games except for the very first one. We probably should have beat App State early in the season. We had a chance to win a couple other games. Didn't get it done in the end of the day, but offense will continue to get better, and defense will continue to be very good going forward, especially with the recruits we're going to be bringing in.
Coach Cappy, what type of defensive game plan are you going to bring to try and stop Bear McCockeder in this UIU offense?
I mean, just kind of so normal, same old things. Our bread and butter is always just running some man coverage, so they're going to see a little bit more man coverage tonight. But I don't reveal anything too quickly or anything else, but that is our bread and butter, so expect to see a little bit of that all game long.
All right, that's all for me.
All right, I appreciate you guys. We're going to go talk to Upper Iowa. I know Sneak is he's getting a police escort to the game, so he'll be here momentarily.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See y'all.
All right, Coach.
Elena.
Coach Versa. It looks like to me you're going to be interim head coach again for the time being until Sneak's police escort gets him to the stadium. But how are you feeling? Obviously, you've got playoffs coming up. You're 3-3. You want to go in there with an above 500 record. Just what's the vibes like?
Things are looking good. I think tonight, I think our game plan is kind of just to throw in. You're going to see a lot of our backup or bench players in. We don't want anybody getting injured before the playoffs, since we already did clinch playoffs. So I think we might get them a couple reps, our starters, just to keep them warm for going into playoffs. But I think we're gonna get a lot of reps for our backups, our younger guys, and then just kind of game plan a couple new things, try a couple new plays or formations, and then hopefully get a win and start off with some momentum going into playoffs.
Coach Zeke, what type of defensive game plan are you going to go into this game to try and stop this NDSU offense?
We're gonna be able to stop their run. They got a good running attack, and that's about it.
Alrighty.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Yep.
Zeke, I don't know if you know this or not, but your cam is no longer working. So if you want to fix that, send me a new link. We will. Versa, if y'all are good to go without Sneak, I know he's at home at the moment, just changing, letting his dogs out. Then he'll be there. You can go ahead and start it.
All right, sounds good.
We'll see y'all at halftime.
Thanks.
Yep, see you guys.
All right, Coach Bucky, what's your expectations for this game? Who do you have winning it?
Well, UIU is going to come out They said they're going to put their backups in at the after the first drive or two, and I know that Coach Currency, he's not going to put his backups in. I feel like NDSU is going to pull it out. It's going to be a thriller though, pretty close game. I have NDSU winning 17-14.
17-14. Okay, what a take there. I'm gonna stick with Upper Iowa. Upper Iowa's pretty good. They've been good consistently the last 2 years. If you look at, they're 3-3 right now. They were 6-4 last season, I believe, or 4-4 last season after they lost in the first round. But they lost to Coastal Carolina. They beat Central Michigan, who ended up being the national champions. Lost to App State last season. Lost to Florida Atlantic in overtime on a 2-point conversion. So there's a lot of potential with this Upper Iowa team. It's just about consistency for them. They've been pretty inconsistent this year, coming off of a huge loss to Central Oklahoma. I think they bounced back, and I'll take the Peacocks.
Upper Iowa's wins, they've been great, and their losses have been terrible. 2 of their losses to 10 seeds back-to-back. But it'll be interesting to see how they do here in Fargo. And the kick is underway. North Dakota State gets the ball to start the first half, and the return man's going to take it down to about the 25-yard line, and that's where I think YV3 is going to get the start.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth all season with their quarterback. Vince Young III, 39 attempts, 71 completions, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Mark Shelton, 22 completions, 45 attempts, 331 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So we'll see what approach they take here tonight.
They're going to hand it off there. It's going to be a run, and that's going to go for a first down. Greg Cooper pushes people with him, gets 12 yards. Easy first.
Yeah, Cooper has been their workhorse all season, 72 attempts, 220 yards. He's 4th in the league in rushing yards at this moment. So we'll see what kind of attack they elect to go with. Upper Iowa on the other side, they had last year's Heisman Trophy winner was a running back, so both these teams are not afraid to use the guys in the backfield.
You got a tight end there, wide receiver in motion. It's going to be another run. And Greg Cooper only gets a yard there. UIU's defense is ready for that one.
Yeah, Upper Iowa has been pretty stout defensively this season. Besides that last game to Central Oklahoma, they haven't allowed over 24 points this season. When they do give up 24, they're 1-1. So just name of the game is to keep their opponents under 20, and they should be okay.
Second and 9 now for the Bison. Going to be another handoff to Greg Cooper. Loses 3, and you got to sway away from this running attack. It worked the first play, but now back-to-back pretty small gains, and now they're left with a 3rd and long.
And that's the position you want to be if you're Upper Iowa. Obviously, for North Dakota State, you don't want to be behind the sticks. You don't want to be facing 3rd and long situations. But on the flip side of this, we have to keep in mind that Upper Iowa does have something to play for. They do have the playoffs to look forward to. North Dakota State's going home after this no matter what. So, like Versa said in the pregame interview, there's still something to play for. There's still momentum to be built. Obviously, you want to try some things, see what works, because you don't want to lab next week in the playoffs. So we'll see what they elect to do here. But it looks like Vince Young's
here. Oh, my. Oh, no. Loss of 5.
Yeah, now 4th and 17. Upper Iowa's going to have to, or North Dakota State's going to have to punt this ball away.
Not a great start for NDSU. He had that big run there from Greg Cooper to start out the game. Then he has 2 small runs, and then Vince Young III cannot get the ball out. And Upper Iowa is going to have the ball, great field position, past the 40-yard line.
A decent return there. Obviously, any yards will help. But now we get to see this UIU offense and trying to see what they can do on their first drive of the game.
Yeah, 1st and 10 now for the Peacocks. Pretty good field position just past the 40-yard line here in the Fargo Dome. 2 running backs in the backfield. Beverly Cocker's going to hand it off to his running back, and he's not going to get anywhere. Tyler Wenzel, -1 yard rush there, and it's 2nd and 11 for the Peacocks.
Wenzel's a running back that's had a lot of hype around him all season about his burst out of the backfield, his acceleration when he gets the ball. Not the start you wanted on your first carry, but I still think there is a lot of potential for this UIU backfield.
2 running backs in the backfield now. Beverly Cocker giving out some audibles to his receivers. Still audibling. Now he's going to step back to pass. He's going to throw it to his wheeling running back, Wetzel. Now on the receiving end, gets destroyed and only gets 2 yards. 3rd and long now for Upper Iowa.
And I wonder if Barry felt a little bit of pressure there. I didn't see anything that really just warranted a rush throw. But ultimately, he's the one in the pocket, not me. And now they're looking at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Yeah, like I said, 3rd and 9. Maybe he's feeling a little bit pressured here, but you would think it's going to be a pass with 2 tight ends there and 1 running back in the backfield, 2 receivers. Trevor McTalker giving out some audibles with the play clock winding down to under 5 seconds. Will they get this play off? They barely do with 2 seconds left on the play clock. Trevor McTalker steps back to pass, tries to find someone over the middle. He gets it caught to Vlad. Long last name. It is 4th and 5. Upper Iowa's going to have to punt it back to NDSU.
The highly touted 5-star recruit out of Russia that Upper Iowa was able to sign last season then was suspended due to tampering. I would say allegations, but they ended up being confirmed. So due to some recruiting shenanigans, he was suspended all of last season, finally getting his crack at the RFCL this year. And has made his name known a little bit, but obviously on 3rd and 9, you're going to have to pick up more than 5 yards to get the first down.
Yeah, good decision to pass it there. Barry McCockter just throws it to a receiver that's a little short of that, and now NDSU has a chance to go down the field and take the first lead of the game. Their drive starts from the 16-yard line. VY3 under the center. He's going to send it on the fullback, and it's going to be a 6-yard rush there for Falonzo Ambulance. 2nd and 4 now for the Bison.
That's a good pronunciation of the name there, Bucky.
Yeah, I'll try my best. So I struggle with that one, but, we got it done. 2nd and 4 now after the 6-yard rush. Pretty good start out to the drive. Let's see if they can build off of that on 2nd down. It's going to be a play action, and that's just thrown out of bounds. Vince Young just didn't like where he was. Throws his first pass of the day. It's an incompletion. 3rd and 4 now for the Bison.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst thrown passes I've ever seen. To be honest with you, he had a guy in front of him open, easy pitch and catch. Instead, threw it 30 yards out of bounds. Never seen anything like it. But now North Dakota State does at least have a very manageable 3rd down situation coming up here. So the odds are kind of in their favor on this 3rd down.
Maybe Vince Young saw something that we couldn't. But it's 3rd and 4. It's going to be a run up the middle. Greg Cooper is going to be 4th and inches. Do they go for it here? They might.
You got North Dakota State who has nothing to lose. 4th and inches, I like my chances. I may go just QB sneak here.
Yeah.
Something very simple. If you don't get it, oh well. You're going home after this anyway, like I said earlier. So why not roll the dice a little bit?
QB sneak or FB dive would be a pretty good play call here for the Bison. Upper Iowa is packing. The D-line would be huge if they get this stop pretty much in field goal, or they would be in field position. But Vince Young III is able to just pound the rock, get through, and get the first down. Great play call there from Coach Kearns.
Yeah, like I said, there's really not much to lose. If you get the first, great. If you don't, oh well. So I like the call there by NDSU, and we'll see how aggressive they like to play the rest of this game.
Yeah, not a bad place to use your first 4th down attempt as well. And it's going to be a pass over from Vince Young. Just falls incomplete. Had an open receiver. He must have something in his helmet or something like a spider. He's just not looking very, very accurate right now.
At all. And it's not like it's been a dropped pass here or a tightly thrown ball into coverage or something like that. It's been 2 very, very bad passes so far for Vince Young. So he's going to have to turn it around pretty quickly. Otherwise, this could get out of hand quick if North Dakota State can't throw the ball.
Like a long little outside run to Greg Cooper. He cannot beat the outside, gets 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and long for NDSU.
Yeah, last time North Dakota State had the ball, it was a 3rd and I believe 11 situation.
11, yeah.
Yeah, so again, that's where you do not want to be. You do not want to be behind the sticks on 3rd down, and that's where both of these teams have been on every 3rd down position so far.
Yeah, not a great position to be. 3rd and 8 kind of forces you to pass the ball, and Vince Young just hasn't been very accurate through the air. 0 for 2, missing some wide open guys. Wide receiver in motion. He sets back the pass. Has the defense come? He throws it now. It's going to be a complete pass. No, it's out of bounds. He catches it, but it's out of bounds. I think he actually dropped it. I don't know, but it was definitely out of bounds. 4th and 8 now for NDSU. They're going to have to punt it back. Vince Young's 0 for 3.
Now, I wish we could tell if that was just a bad catching job done by that wide receiver, or was it just a bad pass by Vince Young? Obviously, you got a lot of open room there, but the wide receiver still should have done a little bit better job of trying to get the toe tap in and making the catch for the first down.
Definitely would have been a first down, about 5 yards past that first down line, but instead it falls out of bounds. I don't know if it was a drop or he stepped out of bounds, but it's 1st and 10 for Upper Iowa. Again, pretty great field position, but this NDSU defense seems to be holding strong. Two running backs in the backfield for Barry McConkiner. Going to do some audibles. Now he's going to step back to pass. Passing on first down. He gets the ball out to his wheeling Tyler Wetzel, and he loses 5. Would have been better off just dropping that ball. 2nd down now.
Yeah, you like to see your running backs catching the ball out of the backfield, but you don't like them catching it and staying in the backfield, which is exactly what happened there for Wetzel. 2nd and 15. Now you're behind the sticks. That's the name of the game right now. If either team could pick up just positive yards on first down, they'd be a lot better off offensively.
Now you're forced to throw it as they do. Barry McConkiner throws it down the middle. It's going to be an incompletion. Barry McConkiner throws his first incompletion of the day. Had an open receiver, and both these quarterbacks just aren't looking very good to start out this game.
Yeah, that's a pass I can live with, though. That was definitely a touch pass. As you could tell, it didn't have a lot of juice on it. It kind of floated there, but you've got to fit it over the linebackers, under the safeties. It's a very hard throw to make for a freshman, so nothing to be upset about.
3rd and 15. Now he throws. It's going to be complete, and they're at 4th and 1. Do they go for it here? They might.
I would. I'd take the quarter break, think it over, look at your options. I would 100% go for this, though. You're in field goal range. Sorry, you're in plus territory. Your defense is playing great. I'd go all in on getting the first down here.
My prediction may be a little bit wrong. I don't know if anyone's going to be scoring over 10 points in this game, but it's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. North Dakota State trying to get a stop here on 4th down. Upper Iowa trying to extend their drive and hopefully get a field goal or a touchdown out of this drive. Looks like a QB sneak is coming, but it would be crazy if they pass it out of here. Barry McConkiner is going to do a pass. It's a play action. It's going to be a first down. It's going to be way more than a first down. Brian Lees goes 14 yards. What a ballsy play call from Coach Versa.
That it was, and it was honestly a play call that I think North Dakota State just did not expect. It looked to me like they brought 8. Had they picked up one more block, that probably would have been a touchdown for Brian Lees. Now, I think on first down they brought out the Wildcat.
Yeah, O.J. Taylor not able to get much out of there. Goes back to the line of scrimmage. And now it's 2nd and 10. NDSU still has them just outside of field goal range. Maybe they're actually there, but it's 2nd and 10. Barry McConkiner steps back to pass, has the blitz coming. He runs out of it, but he cannot. Loses 5 yards in the sack, and now I think that bounced him out of field goal range. Mr. Soggy Waffles with the sack.
And now you got 3rd and 15 again.
Not a great position for any offense to be in, especially offense that hasn't been doing much. I mean, they got that 4th down, but right now they're in a tough situation. One running back in the backfield, Barry McConkiner, are going to throw it to a stop route. It's going to be dropped. What a hit there. Oh, my gosh.
I thought that was a fumble, to be honest.
Me too.
I don't know if this is field goal range. 54?
I don't think so. 54, no way he makes it.
You never know,
I mean, if I was NDSU and they try to attempt this field goal, I'm putting a man back there to return this. But it looks like Upper Iowa's going to punt it, choose the safe option. If they miss, they give NDSU field position at like the 40, and now they pin him back at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and if you remember, Coastal Carolina, when we played North Dakota State, we drove down the field to start the game and then missed a field goal. So it could have been a similar situation there. North Dakota State ended up winning that game too. So a little deja vu there, but Upper Iowa is going to punt it away.
And now let's see if North Dakota State can get something going on offense. Vince Young, not a completion to his name so far in this game. They're looking to get him going.
Something's got to get going for one of these teams. I mean, I don't even care which one, but this offense is hard to watch on both sides.
Yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep here in the booth. A little bit of a snoozer right now. It's going to be a play-action pass. Vince Young throws it deep into nothing. Right out of bounds. Vince Young now 0 for 4. They got to start running the ball.
Yeah, I would too. Try to get Vince Young's legs involved in the ground game. He's versatile. He's got some athleticism. He's got some explosiveness. Try to see what he can do with his legs. Maybe open up the passing game that way.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Maybe some read options, getting comfortable in the offense. Right now, he's just looking not comfortable at all. It's going to be a handoff, though, to Greg Cooper. He's going to break it free. 11 yards for Greg Cooper. First down, NDSU, and they really needed that.
Yeah, I can't ask for much more than that right there. When you can pick up 10 yards on the ground on first down, it's a beautiful thing. Eventually, you're going to break one of them for a very long run, and hopefully they come sooner rather than later.
Maybe that is going to get Vince Young a little bit more situated in this offense. He's changing the play now. 1st and 10, wide receiver in motion. It's going to be a little option. He pitches it to his wide receiver. He's going to get the outside edge and get 6-7 yards. West with the 7-yard rush on the little option. And it's 2nd and 3. Great play call there from Coach Kearns.
It was a beautiful play call. And if you got to get creative, get creative. Whatever it's going to take to get some points on the board, because you're not going to win with that scoreboard set to 0.
Maybe they're listening to the broadcast right now. I told them to run it, and they're starting to run it. 2nd and 3 now. One right running back in the backfield. They run it again. Greg Cooper breaks a tackle, breaks another one, gets swarmed, gets the first down after a 4-yard rush, and NDSU starting to move the ball a little bit.
I told you last drive, one of these teams are going to have to get something going offensively. And it could be a situation where the first team to do that ultimately wins this game, just because if you're able to control the ground, control the clock, your opponent may just not have enough time to score.
Maybe the absence of sneak over there for Upper Iowa is giving them a bit of a struggle as North Dakota State's past the 40-yard line. It's going to be a read option. Vince Young brings a tackle. Now he's going deep. Vince Young down to almost the 30-yard line, 27-yard rush, and that's got to get him going.
It's like you said. I think they're listening to the stream. We just talked about running the ball. We just talked about getting Vince Young III's legs involved in the ground game, and that's exactly what they do. And look at them. They're in plus territory. They moved the ball about 50 yards on this drive. It's looking to set up very nicely for the Bison.
Did you see him lay out that defender? That was insane. Oh, my gosh.
I think it was a D lineman, too, so it's not just your average corner or safety there.
That was just an insane play from Vince Young. His first pretty good play of the entire game, and it looks like they're going to try and go back to this running type of offense. And no, it's going to be a play action. Vince Young sets back the pass. Now he's going to throw it to an out route. Not run. Might have got it going. First completion to Zach Finney. 1st and 10 now for NDSU, and they are on fire.
Yeah, just a great throw there from the left side of the field all the way to the right sideline. And a beautiful catch there by the wide receiver. Now you're looking at another first down for NDSU. It looks like it is going to be reviewed, but I think at least initially it looked clean. Yeah,
he's definitely, and he's in by like a whole yard. Don't know why they're reviewing that one, but might as well, make sure. But first down for NDSU. And it does stand like we thought. And the Fargo Dome may be in for a little bit of a good game, because NDSU is looking great on offense. At least now. Coach Kearns taking time to pick his play as we approach the end of the first half. Still 0-0, but NDSU in scoring range. Almost into the red zone on the 22-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield. I guess 1 running back in the backfield. They're going to hand off to Greg Cooper. Greg Cooper makes some moves. He almost breaks that tackle. Looks like it was going to, but he gets 6 yards. Pretty good pickup on first down. 2nd and 4 for the Bison.
Yeah, a beautiful run again. That's what I said, and you've said it multiple times. And it looks like this trips tight end formation is working for NDSU. It's they've got this whole left side open. If just one jet sweep or something over here, they're going to score.
And they're going to hand it off to the outside. Greg Cooper takes it himself. 1st down and 10. They're in the red zone. Things are looking up for this offense.
Should surely come away with points here. The biggest thing is you want to try not to score too quickly. A 64-play drive, 8-play almost 3 minutes off the clock. You don't want to give Upper Iowa too much time to go score, but there's only so much time you can burn.
An outside
Beautiful
run, they're
blitz
going to
there.
option it. Wow. Oh my, broken tackle, Greg Cooper. Greg Cooper still stayed up after all of that. He gets 4 yards, but he broke like 5 tackles. What a beast. Watch this replay back. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. He broke 4 tackles.
Yeah, that man did not want to go down at all. That is for sure.
UIU's lucky they pushed him out of bounds. Now they're packing the D-line on 2nd and 6. A pass here may be deadly for Vince Young, and it's going to be, yes, it is a pass. Vince Young throws it to his running back on the toes route. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Who's that man? First down, Kevin McNeil goes 7 yards, first and goal on the 1-yard line, and this NDSU offense is looking special.
It really is. They finally found their groove. They're mixing up offense, formations, mixing up between flex ball and trips and, a little goal line or I formation, offset I, things like that. It's working for them. Now they just kind of come away with points and finish the drive.
On the 1-yard line, you think a QB sneak or an FB dive would assure it here, but they might try some trickery. First and goal here. They are going to hand it off to Greg Cooper, and he has a wide open lane. Touchdown NDSU. They get on the board first, and they leave Upper Iowa with 2 minutes to go down the field and maybe get a score of their own.
Yeah, a beautiful, beautiful drive there by North Dakota State. Yeah, it's really, hard to stop, if you're Upper Iowa, when a beautiful drive put together like that. I think 10 plays, 80 yards, something like that. That's just a masterclass out of NDSU.
I mean, that just shows, how NDSU, they've just been a little inconsistent this year. They've had inconsistent quarterback play, inconsistent defense, and right now they're on both of them. They're both playing great. So you think if they play like that all year, they could be in the playoffs right now, but now they're not. As the return goes down to the 25-yard line, that's where Upper Iowa will try to go down there and tie it up before the half. Yeah, plenty of time for Upper Iowa. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be 7 yards. Tyler Wenzel, great run there on first down. That's wasting some time, but you got plenty. I'd 100% agree. Even 4 or 5 yards on that first down sets up that second down quite nicely, and they could try and go down there and maybe bomb them deep on this 2nd and 3. It's going to be a pass here from Barry McCockner. He's a blitz is coming. He runs it himself. Now he's running outside. Now he's running to the 45-yard line. Barry says, Vince Young, you got wheels, I got wheels, and now they're hurrying it up after an 11-yard rush. Oh my gosh. How does he make that throw? Off his back foot as well. It's going to be a run now. It's going to be, 8 yards. Looks like he may have been able to fumble there, but he gets 9. Awkward tackle there, but it's 2nd and 1. Upper Iowa's looking grand on offense now. No, Upper Iowa gets the ball, I believe. He starts taking off. Yeah, if they're able to build some momentum, or as they're doing right now with 56 seconds left on the clock, they may be able to go up 14-7 by the start of the third quarter as Barry McCockner sets back to pass. Now he's going to pull it, and he gets sacked. Might want to think about using a timeout if you're Upper Iowa.
Yeah, I think so too. They do. It was a good call to run. I think he had a lane on that right side, but ultimately just that blitzing linebacker stepped in and ultimately got him.
Barry McCockner pulled it earlier in the drive and got 11 yards. This time he tries to pull it, and now it's 2nd and 15 for the Peacocks. 2 running backs in the backfield just trying to half this, get field goal range. They're going to get a completion. Wetzel holds on to it despite that vicious tackle, and it's 3rd and 10 for Upper Iowa.
Yeah, and I'm really confused why they didn't either call a timeout or go hurry up offense there. I think you needed to do one or the other, not neither. As you can see, this clock is just dwindling down. I don't imagine they're playing for the field goal. Looks like you've got cover one man or cover three on defense. You got a guy going deep, and Barry's just going to take off.
McCockett runs it though, but it's going to be a first down. Oh my, Barry! Down to the 10-yard line. Now you got to use a timeout, right? Or they hurry it up instead.
Yeah, same thing. Hurry up offense or timeout, one or the other. You can't do neither one.
1st and 10, 16 seconds left on this clock. And Barry steps back to pass. Now he's got to throw it to an out route. 2-yard reception, gets out of bounds, stop at the clock again with 12 seconds. And now you don't have to hurry up or call a timeout. Upper Iowa got to be mindful of this clock, though, because they could get tackled in bounds. I know they got these 2 timeouts, but they could, lose track of it. As it's 2nd and 10, Barry McCockett steps back to pass again. Has it open receiver. It's going to be a touchdown. Daniel Johnson over 2 defenders. Barry McCockett are 9 for 11. Now adds a touchdown to his stats, and we're going into the second half tied.
Yeah, and that's what we said. The goal for Upper Iowa is to score points. Doesn't have to be a touchdown. Just get on the board. Get some momentum going into halftime. And then ultimately, it's your time to shine when you get the ball starting the second quarter, or the third quarter, second half.
That was a great ball from Barry, able to float it right over the defenders, and the receiver is able to just, keep it in the end zone and get a touchdown as NDSU returns it to the 30-yard line with 5 seconds left. And they got 3 timeouts. Maybe if they get a quick play call here, they might be able to maybe get 3. 5 seconds is not very long.
Right. But, stranger things have happened. We've seen multiple bombs for touchdowns at the beginning of halves, at the end of halves. And
Remember, Cockner now.
Yeah, not
timeout.
Here.
1 second left.
Wow. I'm kind of impressed they were able to get that in.
Yeah, not a very good read there from Vince Young. I guess it gets him more comfortable as he completes another pass. But it looks like they're going 4 verticals once again, just trying to go down the field and get some prayers. But if you throw a pick here, it's not very good, as he's just going to get sacked, ending the half. Vince Young gets up, not injured, and it's 7-7 at halftime. Pretty good game so far.
Yeah, and that's just more momentum with that sack going into halftime for UIU. We'll go with them first.
Okay.
New message.
Given that Sneak has now made it to the stadium. Sneak, how fast was that police escort going?
Oh, they were flying down the street, man.
Well,
Probably the best escort I've ever seen.
Well, I'm glad you made it. A little late, but better late than never. It looks like Zeke is going to join the band for the halftime performance, and it also looks like your starters may be going to join the band as well.
Yep. Just to preserve some health in the game, so that we don't end up being screwed in the playoffs.
Got you, Bucky. Anything for these coaches?
I got nothing. It's just a great game so far.
All right. Well, best of luck to you guys. We'll catch up with y'all after the game and pray for no injuries here.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, Coach Kearnsey. Not a bad first half there. I think ultimately you got that offense going late, and better late than never, in my opinion. That was a very impressive drive to go 80 yards the way you did. What's the vibes like? Because there's only 2 quarters left for this season.
Yeah, we're just kind of letting it go and just doing what we think we can maybe do next year. Working on a few things, trying some different things. We're not really worried about doing anything crazy here. Just having some fun and trying to get a W.
Coach Kearns, Vince Young was looking great in that, that run option type of offense. Are you going to try and stick with that, or are you going to try and maybe sling the ball? Let me see what he's doing in the passing game. Are you going to try and pass the ball, or are you going to keep going with the run?
Yeah, we're gonna do both. We got to keep running the ball. That's kind of our bread and butter. Cooper's having a great game. We're gonna stay with him. Young needs to use his legs more, and he needs to get out of the pocket a little more when we're passing. Don't just stand back there and get your ass whipped. So he's got to make some throws though. That's been his problem. That continues to be his problem. Hopefully he'll get better at that in the off season, and then next season we'll come in and be able to make some throws when he needs to.
Alrighty.
Coach Cappy, question for you real quick. I mean, you see Upper Iowa making a couple adjustments to their depth chart and who's going to play in the second half just based on they're trying to avoid any injuries going into the playoffs. Is this going to change your game plan any, or you're still kind of expecting them to play the same offensive style?
I would assume they're going to stay the same offensive style. I mean, there's no reason for them to go ahead and change playbooks or anything. And just because they're putting their twos in doesn't mean our game plan changes. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to still come in and get a win and go ahead and end off the season on a dub. So that's the game plan. That's what we want to do. So the plan is to go ahead and accomplish that and go on the off season on a high note.
Alrighty. Well, best of luck to you guys, and hopefully you can pull out a win here to finish the season strong.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Take care.
Yep. All right, Bucky. This will be a entertaining second half, I think.
Yeah, both quarterbacks starting to look really good at the end of that first half. I feel like we're going to see a lot more points for both teams, and my prediction might still come to tuition.
Fruition, but yes. Yeah, tuition.
Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Whatever. Fruition. There we go. Can you stream the game per chance?
I can. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know why Versa don't start.
Are they not starting? What's going on, Coop?
Yeah, I don't know what Versa's doing. Dude.
You want me to go in there and ask him what's going on?
Yeah, just go tell Versa he can start it.
His controller disconnected. He said he gotta go to connect his controller back.
He was in.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe I can go in there and ask if he just got to click on.
He's good. Yeah, he can.
Okay, there we go.
Why did Kersey disconnect? What the hell's going on?
I don't know. I'm confused. Should I go ask him? Like,
Okay, he DC'd. I'll get it. Versa good.
we're experiencing some technical difficulties right now. It'll be okay. We're getting it done.
Who is who?
I don't know.
Go check Kearnsey and see if he's good.
Okay.
And then go check Versa.
They both said they're good, so take their word for it. Didn't really look like they're good right now, though. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Trigger, I'm not sure exactly what's happening right
I
now.
don't know. They just told me they need to reconnect the controllers, and now Versa's not moving. I don't.
I could go ask again. I don't.
Well, they haven't told me anything. I don't.
Hold on.
What's the word? Bucky? Bucky, you there, buddy?
Always UIU problems.
All right, so what's going on? Like, who is this?
First, I can't control anything.
Yeah, I can't control anything. Yeah, let me unplug and replug my controller. One sec.
Who's this? Sneak, is this your controller?
It's not. Oh, that's me. That's me right now. There we
Okay.
go.
All right, then we're good. Cool. All right, sorry about that. Now I don't know what happened to Bucky. He kind of just died on me a little bit. Not sure. All right, so Upper Iowa's going to get the ball to start. Oh, just go right, and we may have a touchdown. If he would have went up the right sideline. All right, so 1st and 10 now for UIU. McCockiner. No, that's actually not McCockiner. I don't know who that is.
I don't know what just happened to me, but I'm good.
Dieter Reinfurt there. His first pass was terrible, as expected. I think that's probably his first pass all season. Glad you're back, Bucky. We got we got backups in for UIU, and it's bad.
Boring. They should keep the starters in. Be entertaining, but we got 2nd and 10 now for Upper Iowa. Sets back the pass. Throw. It's going to be a completion. First completion, I believe. Corey James, backup receiver, goes 22 yards. And maybe it's not going to be as boring as I thought.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting them to just bleed the clock out, run the ball a whole lot. No pars. They put in the entire second string. Mass subbed.
How do you say this guy's last name? Ryan Fruit? Ryan Fruit?
Ryan Fruit.
Okay, Fruit. 1st and 10. It's going to be a play action. Ryan Fruit sets back to pass. That was going to be another open receiver. Look at the same one. He's going to break off. Touchdown. Corey James, the 22-yard reception. Now he goes 42 yards. And Ryan Fruit must have heard you. It turned out the Jets. Touchdown, Upper Iowa to start out the half. And like we said, 7-7 turns into 14-7 really quickly. Now NDSU is in a hole.
Yeah, that was just pitch and catch and terrible execution for the North Dakota State defense. Lack of tackling, lack of effort, in my opinion. But, they still live to see another day. There's still more football to be played. We'll see if they can turn things around here.
Maybe everybody in NDSU thought it was going to be an easier challenge just because the backups were in, and they just got cooked by the backups as the NDSU return man returned it almost to the 35-yard line as Daniel Glover gets destroyed around the 33, and that's where Vince Young III is going to be starting out this offensive drive. They scored in, 34 seconds? That's insane. One running back in the backfield, though, for Vince Young. The line is absolutely stacked. It's going to be a run there to Greg Cooper, and he only gets a yard. 2nd and 9 for NDSU.
Yeah, not the ideal start, but it is positive. All that matters is you didn't lose yards on 1st down.
Yeah, getting yards is better than getting no yards or losing yards. So I'm sure Coach Currency will take that as running with another running back in the backfield, Greg Cooper. It's going to be a play action. Vince Young is going to sling the ball. Another broken tackle. Oh, my gosh. NDSU down the 30-yard line. There's a flag, though. It could be going back. Clipping. How unfortunate for the Bison.
Yeah, a huge play, all negated. Now you're going backwards instead of enemy territory.
I think they're on the 45-yard line regardless. I mean, it's still positive yardage, but you lose out on like 20 yards, which sucks for the Bison, but they still get that 1st down. I don't think they're too mad about that one, as there's a wide receiver going in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Greg Cooper. Has a big hole. Greg Cooper goes 8 yards, 2nd and 2 for NDSU. What a great hole, and Greg Cooper's able to run through it nicely.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 situation, not a bad place to be at all for NDSU.
Only 2 yards away from this first down. Taking a while to pick some plays here. Might be a play action, just my personal take. But there's one running back in the backfield. Let's see what Vince Young's able to do. It's going to be a run, actually. Greg Cooper gets 2 yards, 3rd and inches now. Might as well be safe and just QB sneak it if you're the Bison.
I would. I mean, it's the easiest way to pick up a 4th down. If you're already almost halfway through the 3rd quarter, if you don't get it, once you get into the 4th, you can go for it every time on 4th down when trailing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
3rd down. Yeah, 3rd down and 4th down on the inch line. You're just going to want to be safe and get it, but Vince Young not in quarterback sneak position. They might try and throw it here with only 4 linemen on the only 4 D linemen on the line. Vince Young does throw a wide open receiver down past the 35-yard line. Alex Svet, 2nd reception of the day, and NDSU is looking just as good on offense as they did in the first half.
Yeah, that last drive before the half where they went 80 yards and scored a touchdown, that was just remarkable offense. And it's continuing here. They're mixing up the formations and everything's working, so they must have a script they like. They're just, running that same script over and over.
Another run, this time to the outside. Greg Cooper gets a really good... that's Daniel Glover, actually, goes 6 yards. 2nd and 4 now for NDSU. And Vince Young started out the game 0 for 4, and he's been 100% accurate since then. 5 for 9 now. He's definitely looked a lot better.
About 300 total yards so far in this game.
Yeah, 2nd and 4 now. It's going to be a play action. Vince Young's going to throw it to a corner, and this time he hits it perfectly. Malik Anderson toe taps his way for 16 yards. 1st and 10 inside of the red zone now for NDSU, and they hurried up.
Yeah, beautiful pass. They like what they have on UIU defensive look here. They're going to hand the ball off to, is that Cooper? It is. It's 9 yards. Going to be just like a yard and a half short of the goal line.
Both of these offenses are looking amazing in this second half. It looks like NDSU is about to just be able to run it up the middle for a touchdown as Vince Young is under center. He's going to hand it off to Greg Cooper, and he's going to go easily trot into the end zone. Greg Cooper, touchdown run, and NDSU has tied this game back up.
Can't beat that, man. You get a 30-second drive followed by a 3.5-minute drive, both drives resulting in touchdowns. And I think your prediction was, what, 17-14 in DSU?
Yeah. They might pass that. Still about 10 minutes left in this game. And the way these offenses have been looking, I think they're going to get up to like at least 20 points apiece.
Very well could.
Upper Iowa now gets the ball back after NDSU drives down the field, and they're going to return it down to the 25-yard line. There is a flag, though. Who's it on?
I think we've had more flags in this game than we've had the entire season for the RFCL.
I agree. It's been weird. Clipping. I guess it's clipping. Now Upper Iowa has the ball from the 12-yard line. A little unfortunate for the Peacocks because now they just have terrible field position.
Yeah, but last time it didn't really matter. If you can score in 30 seconds, I don't think it really matters where you start on the field. Now we got trips going to the left side, play action pass. They sure are letting Ronford throw the ball. Ronford was the starting quarterback for Upper Iowa last season while they were.
I think you still have the. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was messed up. I didn't realize it. But Ronford was the starting quarterback for Marshall last season before Upper Iowa moved or rebranded. So you got 2nd and 10 now. They are still just continuing to let him sling it.
Going to be another play action. This time it's another completion for who is that? Rhineford. Sorry, I couldn't see, a little bit glitchy. 3rd and 3 for the Peacocks now, and they need this first down.
They do. And especially with the way that North Dakota State offense has just played their last 2 drives. Your defense has not stopped them at all. Their only stopped was penalty. So
3rd and 3 now. It's going to be another play action. Reinford gives it to his tight end, but it's not going to be a first down. Brian Lee's tackled at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 2 for the Peacocks, and they're going to safely punt it away, I believe. It could be a fake. That'd be funny.
I wouldn't expect it, but I also think the way that Upper Iowa is playing this game, I could see it.
4th and 2 now. They're going to actually punt it. No fake. And NDSU is going to have a chance to go down the field and take the lead back as a broken tackle from the return man gets past the 50-yard line. Florenzo Ambulance goes 8 yards. And NDSU has great field position.
Starting a drive at about the 50-yard line. That's, 20 yards from field goal range? Pretty much universal.
Pretty good. Always good when you're right near getting points to start the drive. You don't really have to do much. But NDSU probably looking for a touchdown here as they turn on shoe clock, I believe. It's going to be
I'd love to see him take a shot, and instead of throwing it deep, Vince Young's going to run it for 23 yards. 19. Okay. Oh, I was thinking they were just at the 50. So, regardless, a 19-yard run there. It's a beautiful scramble by Vince.
Yeah, must have not liked anything. He must have not seen anybody open, and he runs it himself. I think NDSU might have turned on shoe clock. I don't know because the clock was at 9 seconds whenever they got back, but I don't know. We'll see. That would be interesting.
Turned it on or not, but they sure was taking their sweet time previously. Yeah, so it's not.
They did not.
Yet.
Yeah. You get a touchdown here and get the ball back. I'm sure we'll see it get flicked on, but it's 1st and 10 now. It's going to be a run up the middle. Greg Cooper runs into his own lineman, only gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for North Dakota State. Bars.
Yeah, and the good thing is if you're North Dakota State, you're already in field goal range. Obviously, you want to come over the touchdown. The biggest thing is just don't turn the ball over.
You don't have to risk anything if you're NDSU. You got points in your hands. Just don't throw them away. And that's a good mindset to have when you're in scoring position as a receiver goes into motion. Play clock winds down to 6 seconds, and Greg Cooper is going to run 4 yards. 3rd and 4 now, and if Upper Iowa gets a stop, my score prediction will be here.
Yeah, it very well could come true.
Yeah, if both defenses show up.
Looking to be going that way as well.
Jeez, dude. Looks like they might be passing it here on 3rd and 4. A little bit of a risk here. I mean, Vince Young could throw a pick as the running back goes into motion on the left side of the field. Vince Young is going to throw it. It's going to be an incomplete pass. What a play from the linebacker to strip that ball, and NDSU is going to have to settle for 3.
Hey, so 7 more minutes, and I may have you pick out some of my bets for this weekend.
Yeah, put Oregon State winning by 50. That's what you got to do.
I don't know who they play, but I believe it.
San Jose State.
Big fan of Oregon State this year. That defense, DJ still sucks, but that's besides the point. So, regardless, NDSU is going to take a 17-14 lead. Could be a win.
Could be. Hopefully. For my betting knowledge, as the UIU takes it to the 20-yard line, and that's better than being set up on the 11-yard line like they were last drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't seem like much, but it really is, because when you're playing close to that goal line, your play calling changes. You have to play more conservative, and just even 10 yards is a huge difference maker because you actually have a little bit of room to throw the ball. You can call those 7-step drop plays, those 9-step drops. But here they're just going to come out 5 wide and let Reinford sling it.
Yeah, Reinford's going to
sling it right to North Dakota State.
It's going to be a pick 6. Oh, my gosh. What a terrible throw. Daquan Moore with the pick 6 on Reinford. And 17-14 is not true, but NDSU He's going to take a 10-point lead on Upper Iowa.
Yeah, obviously not what they wanted to do there, but it works, I guess.
Reinfurt, maybe he got pressured there. I don't know. Maybe feeling a little bit of pressure. Reinfurt hasn't got in all season. Barry McCockiner, obviously, starting all season, the great quarterback for Upper Iowa. But Reinfurt goes in. I guess the lights were too bright in Fargo Dome, and he throws a pick right to NDSU as they get the ball back at the 30-yard line.
Good looking to be going right back to that 5-wide look. I think they're just letting Reinfurt sling it. I think they could lose this game 50-14. I think they would just kind of accept it at this point.
Maybe they're trying to get NDSU the scoring record. Just send them off with the smile on their face as their season comes to a close.
Yeah, and I think Upper Iowa, to be honest, once you get fourth quarter and this game's kind of out of reach, I could see them just kind of running the ball. Oh, wow.
That looked like a really good pass. That could have been a good completion.
That had potential, but I also could see North Dakota State just taking this lead, chewing clock, and just running this game out. Kersey seems like the type of guy that's like, hey, it's in the bag. Let's just go ahead and wrap things up and get to the house.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy to run out the score, that's for sure. As they come out in 5 wide, once again, they're going to let Reinfurt sling it. He steps back to pass. He's going to run it out of the pocket in 5 wide. That's not going to work. 3rd and 12 now. As we enter the third quarter, 24-14, NDSU looking good.
Yeah, and Upper Iowa's defense, I mean, they started the game really hot, struggled for 2 drives, forced a field goal when North Dakota State had short field, and then you give up a pick 6 offensively, and that's just not going to help at all. But at least you're picking up a first down on 3rd and 12. So there's a little bit of sign of life out of the Peacocks. They're not dead yet, but they're not far from it.
Yeah, they're not dead yet, but they're lying on the floor with the arm cut off. That was a pretty clutch first down though on 3rd and 12 as Reinfurt sets back to pass. Now hits some guy on a corner route, breaks a tackle, stumbles for 5 more yards. Jonathan Silverend goes 33 yards, and Upper Iowa's looking good now.
Yeah, and Reinfurt really, 6 for 10, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That 1 interception hurts because it was a pick 6, but otherwise, until that throw, he's looked pretty good.
I guess keyboard space got in there, made some things happen on defense. Upper Iowa throws an incompletion. Reinfurt, like you said, he's been looking pretty good outside of that interception for a pick 6. He's been looking good for a backup. If they ever lose Barry McCockiner, Reinfurt seems like a pretty good secondary option. They got 4 wide receivers out there. Running back in the backfield now goes on a route. They're going to throw it to him, and he's going to break a tackle. He's going to beat down O.J. Taylor. 8-yard reception, 3rd and 2. Upper Iowa makes it 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, and I think O.J. Taylor is actually the guy that's out for the season. They adjusted their lineup to try to keep him out with the mass subs. Didn't work, so we're not going to hold that against him. Just a little game glitch there.
Watch out. Oh, my. Brian Lees.
Yeah, beautiful pitch and catch there. The Brian Lees inside the 5.
Yeah, 1st and goal. Upper Iowa, after that pick 6, you think that Reinfurt would be looking a little bit not good, but now they're going to go passing again. Reinfurt sets back to pass, throws in the middle of the end zone. That should have been a touchdown, had 2 receivers open. It's not a good pass, though. Right as I was talking good about Reinfurt, he throws an incompletion.
I don't even know if that was a bad pass, man, to be honest with you. Neither receiver even made an effort. The good thing here for Upper Iowa, as long as you don't turn the ball over, you can at least make this one possession game.
First off, that's not my dog, Dixon, but it's going to be 2nd and goal. Bear McCocker throws it to the end zone. That's not Bear McCocker, that's Reinfurt. And it's going to be an incompletion in the end zone. 3rd and goal for Upper Iowa.
Yeah, I don't. These DBs have made some good plays today. A lot of catches, very contested. It was a great ball by Reinfurt, just a better play there by the NDSU defense.
Even a field goal would be great for Upper Iowa. Gets them in between one possession. It looks like they're going to be slinging it again here on 3rd and goal. They're completely swayed away from the run. Rhineford's going to throw it in the end zone. The corner rout's going to be almost a pick in the end zone. Luckily, it was dropped by Ryan Parker, and it's 4th and goal for Upper Iowa. Just take your 3 here.
I would, yeah, they are. I was about to say, I'd recommend going that route. They do. Upper Iowa's going to make this a 24-17 game with 5:52 to play in the 4th.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I hear it. Now Upper Iowa, they keep it in. They keep it. They're only behind by a possession. If they could stop NDSU here on their offense, as I don't know what just happened. I guess Daniel Glover was up for a little bit longer than he should have been. But now NDSU got to go down the field trying to put the dagger in this game. And I'm pretty sure NDSU is going to try and chew this clock out no matter what happens. Unless Kernsey is secretly a guy that likes to run up the score. Was that a fumble on the kickoff return? As Ambulance goes 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for North Dakota State. Pretty good pickup there on 1st down. Second and 5 for the Bison. 2 running backs in the backfield. They seeming to like this as the blitz comes, and it's going to get there. Greg Cooper can't do anything about it. Loses 3. 3rd and 8 for NDSU, and Upper Iowa might get the stop that they needed, and we could get the first overtime game of the season in a practically meaningless game. Third and 8. They're coming down 5 wide receivers. Vince Young sets back to pass. Has the receiver over the middle. It's going to be dropped. Should have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th down. NDSU is going to have to punt it back to Upper Iowa. And it's shaping up to be a good finish here in Fargo. What are they chanting?
Did you say, what are they chanting?
Yeah, did you not hear the crowd? They're like, we want something. I don't know.
No, I actually, I play, well, the way my audio is set up, everybody on stream or anybody connected to my computer can hear the audio. I cannot. I have not heard audio through my computer for this game in about a year. So, no, I was not aware.
Oh. Upper Iowa got up 3 and out. Now they have the ball at the 33-yard line. Rhineford is going to throw it for 5 yards. Clarence Beatty gets the catch, and it's 2nd and 5 for Upper Iowa.
One of the changes we may make this offseason is updating the rosters to where we have names we can pronunciate. So,
yeah, I swear, dude. It's a struggle, especially when their names are like Dixon Cider. Who is that? Rhineford has a man downfield. Instead, it's an incompletion. It's 3rd and 5 for Upper Iowa.
Yeah, NDSU still in a good position, 7-point lead. Upper Iowa really not in a position here to secure points just yet. They still got to move the ball a little bit down the field, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Definitely a manageable 3rd down, and they can go for it on 4th, so it's looking good.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 for Upper Iowa. They need to get this, and if they don't, they could go for it on 4th down. Rhineford sets back to pass, has a receiver, and it's incomplete. I guess he did not have a receiver. 4th and 5 for Upper Iowa, and you'd think they go for it here. No, they're going to punt it.
It could be a fake punt situation. Fake punts are pretty OP in this game. A little underestimated, because if you're going to go for it, then chances are you... Oh, it is!
It is a fake punt. Who's on the backfield? It's not going to work out.
It worked. It just didn't work enough.
Yeah. Caleb Fields gets the throw from being, I guess he's a punter. He throws it. It works, but they don't get enough yards. And it's 1st and 10 for NDSU, almost in field goal range. Upper Iowa needs to stop them around 4th and 10-ish if they want a chance to win.
Yeah, if I'm NDSU, right here is where I turn on Juke Clock. You're in. Oh, this is jet sweep. No, it's open. Just run the jet
What?
sweep. Every time you've come out in this
That would've
formation,
worked.
it's been there. But no,
That-
if I'm
that would've been-
NDSU, now is when you turn on chew clock. You're 10 yards from field goal range. You can make it a double-digit game. Chew the clock down. You know, if you snap it here with 15 seconds on the clock, that's 15 seconds that you could have took off.
I would have to agree with you. They're snapping the ball with 21 seconds left on the play clock as Vince Young is running it to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for NDSU. Now they're in field goal range, and now you got to turn on chew clock, but they're not going to.
As if I'm being honest with you, buddy, I think every team is perfect on fake punts, to be honest. I think they're a little OP. I mean, you saw their upper eye
them.
a dot. It was just not enough yards for first down.
Ban them. Ban the fake punts.
They have to. They have to ban that, ban flea flickers, ban all that stuff. Watt said his goal was to get a couple of the flea flicker and the double stack formation banned. So we'll see what he does tomorrow night.
Now they're wasting time here as Greg Cooper runs it 4 yards. They winded the play clock all the way down to under 5 seconds. So they're chewing the clock now manually. And NDSU is looking to go up 2 possessions and win this game to end their season.
Yeah, it's been a great performance by NDSU, a performance they can definitely build off of. I mean, look at that right side, just running the ball over there. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
touchdown.
told you, it's easy. Vince Young gonna walk in 16 yards untouched, and NDSU is gonna make this a 2-score game with 2.5 to play.
I don't know who's calling defense, but you got to have someone out there to cover that outside run. Vince Young's just easily able to run it in there, and they go up 2 scores, but they might have scored too early. Upper Iowa can score, make it go 3 now with all 3 timeouts, and then score again to make it a tie game. A lot has to happen, but it still is possible. They need to score for a minute 30 here.
Yeah, they scored 30 seconds to start the second half, so they very well could do it again. The offense has performed pretty well tonight. It's just a matter of how quick can they score first.
Yeah, and they're going to return it out. Pretty good return, just past the 30-yard line, and they have 2 minutes 32 seconds to go on that field, but more like 30 seconds. They scored in 36 seconds earlier in the game. So maybe it's still possible if they're able to replicate that, but they have the backups in, so it might not work out. It's going to be a pass here. Ryan Furr is just going to take a sack, and now you got to hurry it up. That's going to really hurt your chances if you're UIU.
Well, if you remember correctly, they scored in the 36 seconds with their backups in the game. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the first drive of the second half.
Oh, right. I thought it was in the second half, or in the first half, I meant.
I want to say it was second. I may be tripping, but I'm pretty sure.
No, you're not. You're not.
Yeah, it was 7-7. It was 7-7 at halftime. So yeah, it was in the second half.
Yeah, I remember looking at the score. It said like 6 minutes and 24 seconds. As they see, look, a injury for UIU that could have been their starter. Second at 16. Ryan Furt throws a complete pass. It's going to be down 3rd and 5 now for Upper Iowa. They hurry it up, and the clock goes under 2 minutes. You got to score here before 1 minute 30, I think.
I think you just need to score, to be honest. Just score as quick as you can. Worry about the time later.
Ryan Furt throws an incompletion. You got to go for it here. And if they don't make this, I think the game's over.
It is, yeah. You're not coming from behind on 2 scores with a minute 45 to play. It's not happening.
I don't know who's calling plays for the Upper Iowa team, but they've been in 5 wide receiver trio since the second half started. They got to switch it up, in my opinion. But 4th and 5 here. Ryan Furt sets back to pass. He's going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. Ryan Parker's there. He sniffs it out. And NDSU is going to give the home fans in the Fargo Dome a win at the end of the season, and they're impressing some recruits. And that's going to pretty much wrap this up.
Yeah, honestly, they should be lucky that wasn't another pick 6.
Should have been.
I think the receiver...
And the outside again, dude.
Wanted
the outside again. Oh my gosh. What a run. Villami West goes 15 yards. and that outside stays just wide open. I don't know. You think Currency tries to run up the score here?
Nah, I think if they score, they score. I don't think it's intentional, though. If I remember correctly, I think the game where we kind of debuted the jet sweep and had a field day with it was against Upper Iowa. So Zeke's going to have to make those changes to the defense before they get into the playoffs. Otherwise, everyone's going to do it.
They got a lot of people in that coaching staff, so maybe they're trying to test out. Maybe they're trying to test out other people calling plays for just seeing what they could do. Maybe Zeke's not calling it, but if he is, he's got to find out a way to cover that jet sweep. As Greg Cooper takes it up the middle, he's gonna stumble for a first down. What a play there from Greg Cooper. He really likes to do that, and they're gonna hurry it up. Maybe they're trying to run up the score.
Maybe they are. Maybe they want to end on a high note.
Greg Cooper, wow.
3-yard
rush. Are they gonna hurry it up again?
Yeah,
Yep.
we do give player bonuses pretty much to players that are top in their category. So maybe they're trying to get somebody a little stat padding going on there. Only time will tell.
Touchdown.
Oh!
Oh my gosh! It bounced off the defender, and Wes was able to catch it. What a catch! Look at this. Bounces off a UIU diving defender, and then Wes is able to catch it. Oh my gosh!
And Sneak can't believe it. He was just shaking his head in disbelief. I would be too.
Zell saying running up the score in a meaningless game, cringe. Well, just don't allow it to happen. All I'm saying. Wow. 38-17. Powerful win for NDSU. Gives them a lot of momentum going into next season.
Yeah, it's also the last time we see NDSU in the RFCL too. They are rebranding to Northwest Missouri State next season. So we will have to wave goodbye to NDSU, but ultimately it's been an okay season for them given the way the season went and Coach Currency having to take over midway through the season.
Yeah, like you said, their coaching staff has just been switching in and out. Currency had to take over. He was thrown in the spotlight. He took a little bit to figure it out. By the looks of this game, he has figured it out by the end of the season. But they're going to have a way better roster next year, and they're going to be rebranding to a very, very cool school in Northwest Missouri State. I'd never heard of them before myself, but now I have because of the RFCL.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about this league is, we make dreams come true when it comes to giving some of these schools football programs. And if you're new here, you are able to make a recruit and go through the recruiting process, pick a school, and then see what your recruit can do in this league. So that applies to you. Join our Discord, and we will get that set up for you once we get to season number 3. But it looks like Upper Iowa's going to take one last shot at the end zone.
It's going to be incomplete.
He had him too. He was open. Oh, man. So we will go.
What?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Reinfurt, tries to bomb him. Probably his last play of for a while because he's not going to be starting next year. Bear McCocker is going to get it. But NDSU finishes the season strong, and they're going to be heading to Missouri next season.
Yeah, and we will let's go to NDSU. Coach Currency, what a great way to finish this this game for North Dakota State and this season in your farewell game as well.
Yep. Yeah, great game. To anybody talking shit about running up the score, we weren't good this year. We were trying some stuff. We got some scores. That's the way it goes. If you can't stop it, don't bitch about it.
That is one way to put in. I mean, one thing that stands out to me is you didn't have a receiver with over 2 catches in the game.
Yeah, we spread it out. We spread it around. Had a little fun this time, trying some stuff, and just a glimpse of what's to come next year with better players and a better game plan. So, look out west.
All right, Coach Cappy.
I mean, that's I don't have anything for anybody. That was just a great game from you guys, and it's gonna be exciting to see you guys next season in Missouri.
Yeah, Coach Cappy.
Absolutely.
Last question for you, man. Just what do you think of this season overall? Was it just a big learning experience for you guys? Is there a lot that you need to change going into the next season, or is it more about perfecting what you're trying to do here?
Well, I don't need to provide you guys a Swamp Kings kind of quote or anything like that from like last week, but obviously it was. I mean, with the new team, with the new coaching staff, with guys we haven't worked with before, anything along those lines, obviously is a major learning experience. I mean, being a high school coach myself, in the real world, definitely a different kind of style for what I have to do compared to what I'm actually on the sidelines compared to how it is looking at a screen. But definitely some highs, definitely some lows that we have for the season. Definitely some things we need to work on. Definitely some things we're excited for. With moving down south a little bit in Missouri, I think it'll be a nice little exciting spot. Being a powerhouse Division II team, I think it's going to be an exciting time. And when we get some experience and some attribute points to these guys and they improve, then this off season, I think you're going to see a new and improved Northwest Missouri State coming on through.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Best of luck, guys, in the off season, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday on signing day.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, guys.
Take care.
Yep, see y'all.
Coach Sneak.
What's up, Gage?
I got two questions. One's for you, and then one is for Coach Zeke, and then I'll let Bucky go. How would you grade Reinford's performance, given that I think this is probably the first game he's played all season?
Better than expected, to be quite honest with you. He's definitely a good backup quarterback to have, just in case something does happen to Barry. He can at least fill some of that void, especially through the air. Obviously he's still a little bit rusty since it's the first game he's played all season. It was only for a half, but I think he did pretty well for just playing that half.
Yeah, Coach Zeke. If we go back to what week would it have been? Week number 5, maybe. That Upper Iowa versus Coastal Carolina game. So it was week 4. It was a Tuesday night. Coastal was able to get the edge on you a couple of times with jet sweeps and things of that nature. Tonight we saw that the edge was still a problem for the Upper Iowa defense. What are you going to do to fix that going into the playoffs?
Seems like the team just wasn't ready to play. The second stringers came in. They did better than the first stringers on defense, pretty much, it felt like. It's just they got to work on getting better tackling, getting faster. That's about it.
All right. Coach Bucky?
Coach Sneak, I gotta ask, was it the normal coaches calling plays tonight? Were y'all testing out something different with different assistants?
It was basically normal, but obviously it wasn't an actual normal game because we obviously benched all of our starters at halftime. So obviously you could tell by the amount of points that were put up at halftime or after halftime that it was our backups and on defense. So. But it was more of a still trying to give these guys their own taste, I guess. And Versa wanted to try out some other plays, and so this was kind of the opportunity for.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you guys. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. So you're going to play in the divisional championship. We'll see you guys in the first round of the playoffs.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right, Coach Bucky, any final thoughts before we close this thing out tonight?
I thought that was a great game. Despite Upper Iowa's backups being in, they still gave up a good fight. NDSU ran away from it. But I just wonder if that's going to kind of skewer their confidence heading into playoffs. It is 2 weeks away, but still, it might do a number on that team.
It could. Only time will tell. We'll be back tomorrow night for Central Oklahoma versus
Miami, Ohio.
Miami, Ohio. Yeah, good call, Bucky. Bucky will be on that call with, I think, maybe Monarch.
Monarch, I believe. It's gonna despite a UCO being undefeated, I feel like it's still gonna be a great game. and make sure y'all are there tomorrow night.
I think so as well. So 8:30 tomorrow night. Hit that subscribe button. We will see y'all then.